Hi, my name's Janine Driver. I'm the CEO of the Body Language Institute. It's based out of the Washington, D.C. area, but we just went global. I have a background that's really quite extraordinary. I worked for the Federal Law Enforcement Agency, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, ATF, within the Justice Department for 15 years. I wanted you to know this because I pick the best of the best to work with me. I am training Fortune 500 company leaders. I've taken the world's elite leaders on certain topics and I'm putting them in front of CEOs. I'm putting them in a classroom where they're learning techniques that they're not learning in-house, and they're certainly not learning through any other program. There's nothing like my program. And the reason I want you to know that is because I want you to know Michele Pollard Patrick. I love her. She's one of my instructors. Across the board, out of all my instructors, 5 was the greatest, a 5. She got a 5 from every single student. It's unheard of. She is extraordinary. Did you know there's actually different rules when you are communicating with people socially and in a business setting, professionally? Michele has the answers to everything. And I mean that in the most articulate, classy way. If you take Princess Diana with a little splash, and I mean this in a great way, Michele, but if you take a pinch of Martha Stewart, you take a whole bunch of Princess Diana, and maybe even a little bit of Barbara Walters, because she's smart and she's keen, she knows how to ask powerful questions. She had our programs be interactive and playful. I didn't even know there's a certain way to put my utensils, my fork and my knife, to indicate to the servers, don't take my food, or take my food, get it out of here, just by how I lay it. It is fascinating. I can't say enough about Michele Pollard Patrick. If you have not gotten in front of her, get in front of her. Get your children in front of her. One of the things she said to us during the program, which I found was fascinating, literally fascinating. There was a study done that business leaders, and the European business leaders, world leaders, when they're working with people across the globe, including here in the United States, they don't want to be in the boardroom. Know where they want to be? In the dinner room. They want to be in the dinner room and they want to see how you're behaving. If you do not have the etiquette that you need to have, little something called continental style, if you don't have it down and you place your napkin in the wrong place, if you place your silverware in the wrong place, do you know what to do when your dessert comes and there's a fork and a spoon at the top? Here's your little bowl, here's the fork and the spoon. What do I do? Do I just pick them up? No, you know what you do? You gracefully pull them down together. Did you know that? I didn't know that. If you don't know that and you're in a board meeting that ended and now you're at a fancy dinner, this is where the real test comes. You might not have known, but this is where they're actually deciding who they're going to work with and who they're not going to work with. If you don't know the rules of etiquette, you need to get in front of Michele Pollard Patrick right now. I'm giving you this testimonial because I want you to know what I know. She is saving my life because I communicate, I travel around the world, and I had no idea what I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I guarantee you, you don't know what you don't know until you get in front of Michele. You know who I care about? One person, and one person that just saved my life. It wasn't Rachel Ray when I was on Rachel Ray. It wasn't Larry when I was on Larry King. Know who it is? It is Michele Pollard Patrick. She's teaching me skills that I couldn't have learned while I was working for the federal government. I couldn't have learned while training Fortune 500 companies, but I can learn it with her. You want to see what grace looks like? Do you want to see what elegance looks like? Do you want to hear what it sounds like? Then get yourself in front of Michele.